Hi and welcome to Yoga for Runners. This is a simple sequence that you can do after a run or any time you feel you need to stretch your muscles out. As a runner, your body is constantly doing the same motions and some of your muscles are getting tight, so it's really important to stretch it out and come back into balance so that your body can move efficiently and feel good. So let's get started. I'm sitting on a block. So if you have a block or a cushion, that can just bring you up a little higher, let you sit a little taller, and open up a little bit more. It's especially good for anybody who has a hard time sitting cross-legged on the floor or on their knees. So just find a comfortable position. You can use your block or your pillow, or you can sit right on the floor on your mat, whatever's comfortable for you. And just place your hands on your thighs, palms facing up. Sit up nice and tall. Let your spine extend and lengthen. Relax your shoulders back and down. Close your eyes. Tuck your chin in. Just start to focus on your breath. We're bringing the attention inward. It's very important when you do yoga that you focus on your body and on your breath so that you can notice how you're feeling. And when you notice how you're feeling, you can determine how far you can take a stretch without causing any pain. You want to feel a nice stretch in yoga, you want to feel a release, but you never want to feel pain. It's very important to be mindful of your body and respectful. Again, breathing in and out through your nose and deepen your breath. So you feel your chest expanding as you breathe in and contracting as you breathe out. Noticing that your body's relaxing, that your mind is settling, that you're feeling more grounded. Bring your awareness to your fingers and just start to wiggle them. Move your arms and then stretch and lengthen. Reach up towards the sky. Bring your hands together and down to your heart. Just taking a moment to acknowledge that you're going to be doing a yoga practice to help you to release, to help you to extend and stretch out your muscles and feel better. Bring your fingers together, intertwine them, push away. Feel a stretch between your shoulder blades. Breathe in and out. Inhale, bring your arms up. Let your shoulders fall down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach over to one side. Inhale, come up. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale, coming back up, and then release. Reach behind you, open the heart, pull your shoulders back, take a deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. Good, we're going to look down. Inhale as you look up. Exhaling down, and inhale back to center. We're going to get started by curling the toes under. So coming into a tabletop position with your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips, and your toes tucked under. Now you're going to feel maybe a stretch on the bottom of your feet. And for some people this might be painful. If it is, just be very, very gentle with yourself. So if it's too painful, then just tuck your toes down and flatten out your feet. Otherwise, just let your toes tuck under, stretch the bottom of your feet. You want to stretch all the bottom of your feet because if it gets tight under there, it can move all the way up the back of your legs and it can affect your knees and your hips and your lower back. So you want to keep the bottom of your feet nicely stretched out. If this isn't much of a stretch for you, you can sit back onto your heels and you may feel more of a stretch there. If you can go a little further, walk your hands back, sit up onto the back of your heels, bring your hands to your heart, and just sit there and stretch out the bottom of your feet. Just take a few breaths here. Something you're going to want to do every day or every second day just to keep the bottom of your feet nicely stretched out. And then we're going to reach forward again into table. Tuck your toes back so that your tops of your feet are on the mat. Sit back on your heels. Now for some people this might be a challenge too. You might need to open up your knees. You're going to reach forward with your arms. Let your head come down. You can use a bolster here or a pillow, or you can even use your block if you have a block. And rest your head down. Just breathing into your back here. And then reach forward with those hands. Come up, curl your toes, lift your knees, and push your hips back. So here for some people, in downward facing dog, you're going to be bending your knees. Key is you want to have push with your hands, nice long arms, and a nice long spine with your tailbone sticking up. You want to feel that length there. And we're just going to bend one knee at a time, stretching the back of the legs. And then up on your toes, inhale, exhale, push your heels down. Remember, you can bend your knees here if you need to. If this bothers your wrists, another option is to come down on your forearms. So same thing, you can bend one knee at a time on your forearms, come up on your toes, then push the heels down. You're going to lift up the right leg. Inhale and exhale. Step that foot through. It might mean taking a step in the middle and then bringing your foot all the way through between your hands. I'm just going to turn around here so you can see me a little better. You can use blocks here. You want to make sure that your ankle, your right ankle, is right below your right knee. So there's not a deep bend in your knee here. You can use your blocks on their sides. You can use them flat. You can use them tall. You want to feel like you're supported, like it's not too much of a stress on your body to come forward. Let your hip fall forward, both hips. So you want to feel a stretch here on the left hip flexor. Your left knee is down on the mat and your foot is flat, or you can tuck the toes under, lift that knee, and just be a little stronger in the pose, pushing out through the back foot. Take some nice deep breaths here, relax your shoulders. If your knee is up off the mat, just drop it down so it's about an inch or so above the mat, just hovering, feeling that stretch on the hip flexor. And then drop it down, flatten out the foot, and take the weight back. Come onto your back knee, straighten out the front leg. This isn't just want to be soft on this knee. You can use your blocks here. If you don't have blocks, you can be on your fingertips, but just be very mindful of your lower back here. So blocks can be very helpful in this posture. Just adjusting your foot here so you're comfortable, both hips are level. Nice tall spine, and just point and flex that front foot. If you can, flex that foot and reach with your left hand towards your right toes. You'll feel more of a stretch in the back of your leg here. And come back. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bend the front knee. Bring the blocks with you if you need them. Nice and tall spine. And if you're comfortable, bend that back knee. And only if this is comfortable for you and not hurting. reach back with your right hand towards your left foot. You're going to feel a stretch now in the quads and in your hip flexor. Breathe. Release down. You can remove the blocks here. Take your hands to the inside of your foot. So your right foot's coming to the right outer edge of your mat. You can keep your left knee down, or you can curl your toes, lift the back leg up. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. If you're comfortable, open up that foot to about 2 o'clock. And then you can come onto the edge of that foot, opening the knee out to the side. Want to make sure that your foot and your thigh are on the same angle here, so you're not twisting your knee, just opening up. You might need to drop that back knee to let yourself open a little more. For some people, you can come down. You can use your blocks here. You can come down on your forearms. Other people, just stay on your hands wherever you feel comfortable, just not pushing yourself, just want to feel a nice stretch. And coming back up onto your hands, coming back to a flat foot, turn that foot forward, curl your back toes, lift your hips and bring that front foot back, walk it out, nice, tall, nice, long spine. Feel the length of your spine, your hands are pushing you back and your hips are nice and high, your head is between your arms. Lift up your left leg. Inhale. Exhale. You might step through and step in the center, or you might be able to reach all the way forward between your hands without dropping your foot first. Lengthen your spine. You might need to drop that back knee. That's okay. You might need your blocks here to lift yourself up and be more comfortable. Remember, you want to have that left ankle right underneath your left knee, and let your hips fall forward and down, so you're feeling a stretch on the right hip flexor here. Relax the shoulders, just breathe, enjoy the stretch. If you like to have the knee off the mat, it's just a little more powerful of a posture. You can enjoy the same kind of stretch here. And drop that knee. Flatten out your foot. Walk your hands back. Bring the blocks with you if you have blocks. Adjust your heel. Point and flex that front foot. Curl your toes up. And if you're comfortable, reach with your right hand towards your left toes. Feeling that stretch on the back of your leg. So coming forward now, your left knee is over your left ankle. And we're going to bend the right knee up. So the foot's reaching up towards the ceiling. And if you're comfortable, reach back with your left hand towards your right foot and stretch. Release that foot down. Take that left foot out to the left edge of your mat. Both hands come down on the inside, right underneath your shoulders. Feel a stretch here. You can curl the back toes, lift the back leg if you like for a more powerful stretch, or drop the knee and just enjoy the stretch from here. If you need your blocks, you can have them underneath your hands here. Lots of different options. And if you'd like to open up, turn that foot out to about 10 o'clock and make sure that your thigh and your foot are at the same angle, and then just open that knee out to the side. Same options apply here where you can come, so you can curl your toes, lift the back knee, You can also drop down onto your forearms on blocks or down to the floor. And just enjoy the stretch on the inner thigh. Coming back up onto your hands. Straighten out that foot or flatten out the foot. Turn the foot forward. Curl your back toes. Lift your front foot back and walk it out. Now we're going to lift the right leg up and come forward here. So the right knee is coming to the outside of your right wrist. Your foot is underneath your pelvis here. You're going to drop the back knee and adjust your hips so they're both level. Sometimes you might need to place a block underneath your right hip so that you feel comfortable. You can walk that right foot forward towards your hands. Let your right hip sink down. Nice long arms. You can stay here or you can come down onto your forearms. And then let your head fall down. For some people, you might come all the way down to the floor. Breathing into your right hip, the right glute. Let your shoulders relax. And coming back up, inhale. Walk that back leg forward, front leg back. Here you can stay in table and make hip circles, or come up to downward facing dog and walk it out. Swivel your hips from side to side. And lift up the left leg. Same thing, come forward, left knee to the outside of the left wrist. Your foot is under your pelvis. Walk that right leg back. Adjust with a block if you need it under your left hip. Nice tall spine. Inhale. And as you exhale, come forward onto your forearms. You can drop your head down. You can rest your head on a block too. Blocks are very handy. Or if you're comfortable coming all the way down, put your head down onto your hands or reach forward with your arms. Turn your head to one side and relax. Relax your shoulders. Relax your neck. And coming back up. Curl the toes, step back, walk it out. Walk your feet towards your hands and fold. Hips are nice and high here. You can bend your knees. If your back is sore, your legs are tight, make sure you do bend your knees. You can also place your hands on your forearms and just let your head fall if that's where you want to be. Or you can place your hands on a block and let your head relax. Or the hands can come to the floor and your legs can straighten out. So wherever you are, just honoring your body at this point, listening to your body. You don't want to feel any pain in the lower back. Nod your head, shake your head. You can grab opposite elbows and just hang here. And release the hands. Bend your knees deeply and slowly come up. Inhale, reach up overhead. Bring your hands together, slight back bend. Exhale the hands to your heart. Hands at your heart. Bring your feet hip distance. Standing nice and tall, relax the shoulders. Take a nice deep breath in. Fill the belly. Exhale and let it go. Release your hands down. Taking your right foot across the left, tuck your toes under. You're going to feel a stretch along the shin here, along the top of the foot. You can keep your hands at your heart or on your hips. Tuck your toes under, feel a stretch on the bottom of the foot. And then flatten that foot, bend your knees. We're going to fold forward again. You can use your block here. Feeling a stretch up the side of your leg, both sides. Let your head fall down. Stretching through the IT bands. If you don't need the blocks, just come down to the floor, feeling more of a stretch. Making sure your lower back is not hurting here. And lifting your head, flat back, hands to your hips, slowly come up. Bring your feet parallel again. Just walk it out. If you're feeling a little dizzy, let your head look down to the floor. And come back up, crossing your left leg across the right. Tuck your toes under and stretch through the shin and the top of the foot. Tuck your toes under, stretch the bottom of your foot and your toes. And then flatten out that foot. Bending your knees, bend forward. For some people, you might just be resting your forearms on your thighs. You might be using your block here. Let your head fall down. You might have your hands down to the floor. And just feeling a stretch through the sides of your legs, through the hips, the IT bands, maybe the side of your knee. Breathe here. Hips are high. Flattening out your spine. Bending your knees, hands to your hips, slowly come up. Walk it out. So for this next posture, you might need the wall for support. Hold your hands on the wall if you don't balance very easily. But if balance is not an issue for you, taking the weight into your right foot, bending the knees, and cross your left foot across the right, flexing the left foot, sitting down as if you're sitting into a chair. Feel that stretch along the outer edge of your leg, up through the glute, maybe even the lower back. And release. If you're using the wall, just holding on here with your one hand, taking the weight into the left foot, crossing your right leg across the left thigh, flexing your right foot, and sitting down. You can also lean up against the wall. Just have the wall behind you, if that helps. Flexing that right foot, sitting down into the posture, balancing. Usually it helps to focus on something that's not moving. We're building strength in our ankles here as well as stretching through the right leg. And coming back up, walk it out. Reach up as you inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, sit down, come onto your back. Bring both knees in, give yourself a hug, rock from side to side, massaging your back. Drop your left foot down. You can either have the foot on the floor or you can straighten out through that left leg. Lift the right leg up towards the sky. Bring it in towards you. Nice soft knee here. Point and flex. Then lift your forehead up towards your leg. Bring your leg in towards your forehead. So releasing the right leg down to the floor, either bent knee or straight down, and lift your left leg up towards you. Nice, straighten it out towards the ceiling. Slight bend in the knee, and point and flex. And then flex. Lift your forehead up towards your knee. Lift your leg towards pull your leg towards your head. Breathe into the stretch in the back of the leg. And release down. Arms out to the side. Gently letting your knees fall to the right, looking over to your left. You can place a block here under the knees if you like. And just let yourself relax. Knees up, inhale. Exhaling over to the left. Head goes to the right if you can, otherwise looking up to the ceiling. Using that block if you need it, relax. Breathing into your belly. Inhaling back to center, opening the knees here. You can use blocks on either side to rest your knees. Feet come together, arms at your side. Just breathe, relax. Feel the stretch on the inner thighs. Bring your knees in together, bring your knees up, give yourself a hug. Lift your head towards your knees, flex all the muscles in your body, including your face right down to your toes. And then relax down. We're going to come into relaxation. So here you're going to bring your arms out to the side, tuck your shoulders in, open up through the heart, palms facing up. Your legs here can be straight out, or if your back is sore, bend your knees and let your knees fall in together. And just take some time here, as much time as you can, to relax. Your eyes closed, just letting everything go.